Okie dokie. Oh my God.
Got spicy pickles for breakfast for me.
Welcome to Breakfast with Chuck. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. It's happened. We have the new fabulous studio, which is kind of embarrassing to even discuss. And this morning, it's Dylan Ash, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Dylan.
Good morning, Mr. Farnham.
How you doing?
I'm having pickles and coffee for breakfast. It just seems the right thing to do.
I don't know how you do that.
People say that about my diet.
Yeah, well, I would think there's a stomach issue.
There was, but they cured that in the 90s, and so now it's like on full power again.
Really? How do they cure it?
I don't know. They treated me for, what's that thing? H. pylori. And after they did it, ever since then, I can't do anything.
Really?
Yeah, they treated me for H. pylori, and before that, my stomach was a total mess. And after that, it's awesome. It's like I'm a tank for a stomach. I can put anything in there.
Wow. Yeah, my stomach's a mess, and I refuse to go to the doctor, and I refuse to do anything else.
Well, then just drink more beer. No, I know you don't do that, but I'm going to peanut. I used to live in the Bay Area, so I used to do wine tasting. So this weekend I'm going to go to Virginia. We're doing peanut tasting. So
yeah, why? But where are you going?
Richmond. I'm going to visit one of my naked friends.
Yeah, I was wondering, are peanuts grown in Georgia?
Yeah, but also Virginia. I did not know this until he told me. He said, he goes, when I go peanut, I'm going to say peanut, not penis, but peanut tasting. And I'm like, cool, we're going to go peanut tasting. So it's something I never ever considered actually doing. So
don't all peanuts taste the same?
That's what I thought, but he says no. He says there's a big difference.
I have sound effects now, too.
Oh, God.
I have sound effects. I have edibles. I have puppets.
Your edibles.
Dude, I'm so into this. It couldn't get dumber.
Your breakfast, though?
I'm having yogurt and fruit.
That doesn't count. That's not breakfast.
I know. They're telling me. Yeah. I spent the entire day developing this fabulous little studio. And
you got to post pictures of it. I'm going to see the disaster.
Yeah, well, you can see it live. I sent you a link. You can see the thing.
Okay.
But I realized now all the camera equipment, much like a regular TV studio, I'm the director of the nightmare. I'm standing behind everything else, and I have to crawl over everything to get to the food now. It's no longer in front of me. I'm no longer eating with a camera over a plate. I now have a studio audience of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 puppets and a bunch of disembodied hands. It's awesome.
All right.
I love
disembodied hands. That almost reminds me of my new Facebook friend.
I know. Well, I love Captain Kangaroo. And you were in the Bay Area, Dr. Don Rose back in the 70s.
Yep.
And Dr. Demento. So this is everything that embodies those three gentlemen in a low-budget, weirdo kind of experience.
Yeah? You know what? Actually, so my other thing is, I Facebook friend this woman. And she kind of reminds me of you because reason I was able to connect with her is because of the roadkill report.
Wow.
Way back when, because she collects roadkill and then takes the bodies and cleans them all up and then sells the bones.
See, we used to me and my buddy Mike Marty would drive up and down 280 and photograph roadkill.
Oh, I've been there. I was on a couple of those trips.
Oh, there you go. See, so it can happen. And since I started this nightmare, there's one thing I wanted to do, I've decided tomorrow I'm going to do it, so that'll be a big surprise for everybody. We're going to do news reports, but they're not going to be regular news reports.
Of course.
Right. So it'll be fun. I was prepping some today and looking at them, and there's a lot of good stuff that takes place in the police blotter.
Yeah, especially in your town.
Yeah, oh my God. People are idiots. Well, we have this guy.
Welcome to Adventure Academy.
Welcome to Adventure Academy.
Online learning for kids ages 8 to...
A couple of weeks ago, there was this guy who, school teacher, retired, and now I thought this was a political Trump thing, but it turns out he doesn't like his neighbor, okay? For the last decade, this guy gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and he goes over and takes a dump in the guy's yard, and then leaves restaurant toilet paper next to it, so the guy knows that it's a human and not an animal. Now, he's not been doing this since January. He wasn't doing this during the election. He's been doing it for a decade.
Okay, this neighbor doesn't have like a giant dog by now that's going to bite this guy's ass?
Yeah, I'm like a school teacher. Retired school teacher.
Nice.
I don't know.
I could actually see you doing that.
Yeah, you can do it once.
Right, I can see you doing it once, yeah, but for a decade, that's dedication.
He gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning. What does his wife think? He's going to do his...
He's got a pretty good bowel movement, too, to be having exactly 3 o'clock in the morning every day.
I mean, I'm just like, okay. So I'm like, okay. Guy's angry. He's angry at his Democratic neighbor and blah, 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 blah. And then I'm looking at for the last 10 years, he's done this every day. I'm like, multiple administrations, this guy has taken a dump on this neighbor's yard.
Wow, that's impressive.
I know, and you wonder, I just wonder about the guy.
That's why you got to go talk with him.
Yeah.
Become your best friends.
All right, so you've decided to fly, I assume, to Virginia.
Yeah, it'll be a long drive. I'm going to try to make it there by Friday. That's what airplanes are for.
How many days? Yeah, I wouldn't know. How many days are you going to be there?
I'm going to go there it's a quickie. I'm going on Friday and come out Sunday. I have to pretend to work on Monday, so that's a problem.
Well, yeah, but you could, in theory, work from there on Monday, right?
Oh, I definitely could, but I'm going to be responsible. If I show up there, if I stay there, it won't be good. I'll be a drunk conversation on Monday for a video conference or
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's also 3 hours difference. So if I wake up there, I can't start working till noon. Because the Pacific time won't be going until like 9.
Yeah, that would not be good.
And in our business, my business, it doesn't mean people don't get really started till 10, which means 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So by then, that means I'd be liquored up by then, and I wouldn't get anything accomplished.
No, I was when I was working for Excite, we were out at the Testicle Festival in Montana, and we had to shut down a guy's IP address during the Testicle Festival. We went running for a phone. We couldn't get cell service because you're in the middle of nowhere. So we're doing it off a payphone to the knock at Home Networks. Shut the thing off. The guy's like, "Where are you? What's that sound in the background?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm between bullshit bingo where they've given these cows X-Lax and people are betting on the numbers, and this guy hosing off 40-plus-year-old women who are stark naked in the back of a pickup truck." And I'm like, and I'm working at the same time.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I mean, we had those really cool, very expensive. Matter of fact, I still have it. That 2-way Motorola pager with the keyboard on it.
Yeah.
God, those were nice. And like,
yeah, I miss that Motorola page. That was
oh my God.
That was a beautiful piece of equipment.
Yeah, the texts were $14 a piece.
Yeah.
And I had knock. I had
remember using.
Yeah, I had knock.
My build system used to tell me when my builds were done using those things.
Oh my God. I had incoming and outgoing knock notifications. So $14 a piece. My bill was like $1,200 a month or something. But I needed it. I needed to know when things were not working and when things were working and when there was a problem.
Yep.
There was about 6 people, I think, in the company that had those particular devices. But I love that thing.
Yeah, some of the old toys are just awesomely cool, and they were tanks too. You could pretty much do anything to them, and they would never die.
Oh yeah, I don't know anymore. Things are just a drag.
It's not as much fun anymore than it used to be. You know?
No, I mean I'm sitting here with a bunch of puppets in my radio lab, and the rest of my day is going to consist of trying to decipher Apple's developer conference.
Oh yeah, I forgot that starts like tomorrow, doesn't it?
No, it starts at 10 o'clock.
I always skip day one anyway. That's just the fluff. I have to go and pay attention for whatever session.
To the other role?
But they have to announce my sessions. Their sessions aren't announced yet, so until they do, I have to kind of just ignore it.
Well, the Thursday night was a good time, right?
Thursday night used to be the party.
Yeah.
Thursday night was the party.
And they'd bring that keg in, and then they'd hire somebody.
Oh, you got like a decent B grade, band would be playing, up there. Every once in a while, I think nothing more than a B grade. It was actually not bad.
I remember when they brought in that guy who wrote Where the Wild Things Are. That book.
Oh yeah.
Or How Things Work, The Way Things Work. That was it. That guy. It was awesome.
Yeah, there was. I think the ones I really liked, just way back in the day when it was all back in the San Jose Convention Center, and very much it was a lot smaller too. And so it was you weren't spending the entire time in line like these days. Not anymore these days, but the last few years before this was you were in line for you got your previous session early so you can get in line 30 minutes ahead of time so you can get in the next room.
Oh right, yeah. And you go into that big room, and this is probably really boring for everybody. You go into that room, and really entertaining for folks. You go into that room and get all the documentation. Nothing was on CD. You had to go in there and everything was on paper.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember Inside Mac Volume 1?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So what everybody knows this one. What rhymes with plunger?
Yeah.
Volume 1 is it's in the utility section in the back. That's how you know you're a super nerd when you actually know it's actually Munger.
Ridiculous. I can't imagine how crappy it would be to go to that thing now.
Yeah, you also look at the Apple's advertisement. Like, it's kind of a age discriminatory because there's actually no old people on it. It's all young people only.
I mean, we used to have a good time. So it was like a party and a carnival at the same time. And now it's like people take things way too seriously.
Oh, it's way too serious. I want to just stand up there and just start, heckling them like, why haven't you fixed this crap yet? Because this has been broken for like 10 years. I'm getting really tired of it. Right.
When are we going to fix this? Yeah. Why? And with the new Apple phone update, why is the phone so goddamn slow all of a sudden and rebooting? You see,
my phone just gets super hot. That's fine.
It's bad.
I'm rebooting on the temperature problem.
It's really bad. Yeah, well, yeah, they apparently did something wrong. I can't imagine during the keynote this morning somebody is going to stand up and go, why does my phone suck?
Well, they just don't have the Steve Jobs. What's the word I'm looking for? It's the Steve Jobs, aura anymore running, so they could say Apple could say anything and people would believe it.
Yeah, even if you didn't like Steve, and Steve certainly didn't like me on occasion, at least it was an event. I don't care what Cook has to say. I don't, he doesn't. All I want is my phone to stop, shutting off and overheating all of a sudden because you guys did an update that sucked.
Well, it's easy to make things suck, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's way, compared to programming like when I started like way back in 1980, it's so much harder. All the guys cool tools they have to do things, but it's just so much more stuff. You have so many more T's to cross and so many things dot I's.
Oh, sure.
It's a lot. It was a lot simpler with me. It was just like some multi-user basic or the hell it was.
I still have all those banners from the developer conference. I think in '92.
Oh, that would be cool.
The ones that were hanging from the ceiling. I have all of them.
How did you get them?
They decided to raffle them off, and I put in. I don't know. Nobody wanted the damn things, and I put in all the things. All of a sudden, they just start calling my name over and over and over again. And finally, one guy just goes, "Just give it to Farnham. Just give it. Don't even bother looking. He's obviously going to win the damn thing. He's got them all." But they're like 22 feet high. I mean, those big ones that hung from the rafters. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we bored people enough here.
All right, sorry about that,
buddy. No. I like the diversity of conversation, and I got the new studio going, and I'm nothing wrong or weird or some days we'll just talk about cell phones, and other days like tomorrow is going to be a very short conversation about really stupid news, and maybe I can stop doing these things for 45 minutes and I can do 15, which is what I initially had planned.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Have fun on your trip, huh?
I will. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, we survived that. And have a nice day. Maybe. I don't know. It's still recording, and